Alright, what's going on, y'all? So, Pisces and Gemini, Scorpio season was good. Before we get deep into it, just want to let y'all know these are the rated Benjamin tees. Y'all can go to the cover photo of the channel. I hope y'all learn how to navigate that too, because sometimes people be commenting in the comment section like they don't know how to get to that spot. If you go to the channel, you'll actually be able to see where the cover photo is. There are like small icons. They're small, but they're there. They're small icons of the website and the Etsy store. So if you click on the Etsy icon, it'll bring you to the store. You'll be able to cop these tees. These are the men renditions with the crew neck. And we also got the ladies renditions on the way. These are placed to order, so just bear with me as far as the time goes with the shipping. But the ladies V-necks will be in within the next few days. And yeah, just wanted to let y'all know that. So let's get into it, right? Scorpio season. Happy Scorpio season to you too. And with Gemini, the sun is inside of the sixth house, right? But before I get into that part, I just want to say these things for the both of y'all, right? This goes for everybody, really. But there's going to be obstacles between the actions that you take in your dreams right now. So if you are focused on implementing your dreams and bringing them into fruition and things of that nature, you'll notice that there's some things getting in the way of those dreams. There's some interferences coming your way, and you can either take action to plow your way through them. And when I say that, I don't mean recklessly. I just mean plowing your way through by taking action regardless. Or you can be inactive and take no action. What I've found out already with Mars being in Gemini, that it's best to take action, and here's why. If there is a reason that you shouldn't take action on a particular thing, I believe that will be shown to you. That will be revealed to you. You'll know, like a train will be late, or just not working that day, or whatever the case may be. Like something will happen that might not be the greatest example, but you understand what I'm saying, right? And it fits right in with Gemini anyway, to be taking transportation to short distance trips. So that did kind of go well. But that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You'll get, especially if you're in a spiritual vein, you'll get some type of download to say, okay, not that way. Even when you may be confident to be thinking like that's the way that I'm supposed to go, it might just reroute you because there's something better on the way. You just gotta hold on, give it a minute. You know what I mean? And it might be time sensitive. You know what I mean? But still, sometimes it's like you gotta have faith in the unseen. Sometimes I know that may not be what people want to hear a lot of the times, but you'd be amazed of how immense that power can actually be. There's ease and luck when it comes to transitioning into a place of authority at this time as well. So thinking about what you're doing right now, especially in the lines of things that are internet based, things that are published on the internet. So if it's about persona, which it most likely is about, when you want to raise your authoritative presence, you want to raise your reputation, think about that with the actions that you take right now, because that will assist you in doing so. And it will transition you into a higher realm. All right. Focusing on your thoughts will bring mental clarity during Scorpio season for y'all too. So if anything was cloudy or muddy before, that will start to clear up now. I just wouldn't get too crazy about it. Meaning, once you find out some things that you did not necessarily know before, it doesn't mean to start performing based upon that acquired knowledge. It means to take it in and show gratitude for life, show gratitude for what you've been through, and show gratitude for the moment, for coming to that understanding. It doesn't mean to jump out the window and go do X, Y, and Z based upon that information. Not just yet, anyway. All right. Thoughts of building your reputation, there's luck behind that as well. So not just taking the action to do so, but just merely thinking about it. The power of thought, Gemini, you know what this does, right? The power of thought alone can do powerful things. You could think about something and move it, So yeah, we're getting on that telekinesis shit right now. Like, you can really stare at something long enough and make it change its structure. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to how you see yourself being viewed by others, think about this. You might start doing your hair done a different way. You might put some tips on the, color the tips or whatever the case may be. You might get a haircut. You might get a tattoo on your neck. I don't know what it is that you're going to do, but thinking about these things before you do them can actually bring you luck and success. Take heed to what I'm saying. But your thoughts and action will also bring you luck, you know? So when you think about something and you move on it instantaneously during this time with Mars being in Gemini, it would behoove you to do so, you know? And again, don't worry about falling, because should you be paying attention and you got good hand and eye coordination, which can help a great deal. Mars in Gemini exerts that hand and eye coordination. So your agility, your ability to be agile will prepare you to land on your feet, to stop short and be like, oh, nope, not that way, turn this way. Oh, nope, go back in the house. Boom, rethink this. What other thoughts do I have? Gemini is always firing off thoughts. So utilize that energy, but don't be afraid to take the action, because Mars is going to be there saying to be confident in taking these actions, because what is just a mere thought, right? How do we know how concrete it is? How do we know how valuable it is if we don't take action on it? You know, and I'm not saying to be reckless, so use your discretion, be discerning. Now, there's going to be some obstacles when it comes to expansion. So whatever you've been doing before, you might have this urge to go forward with it right now. But what happens is that group of people or those resources that can help you transition as far as expansion goes. So let's say like a network, right? Or a distribution center of music, or whatever the case may be. Go back and revisit these relationships to see if you glossed over something, because you may have. So with Jupiter being in retrograde, going back into Pisces, this may have something to do with the environment. This may have something to deal with water. This may have something to deal with prisons, hospitals, if y'all in the nursing field or whatever the case may be. Gemini, if you're a nurse, you know what I'm saying? You got the sun in the 6th house this season. Go back and see if you glossed over something that you missed, because you will want to revise, cross your T's, dot your I's when it comes to this area, and then wait for the Jupiter to go back forward and go back into Aries, and then you'll see things shoot off like a rocket when it comes to this. You understand what I'm saying? Focus on your dreams. So I didn't say take action on them. I said focus on your dreams. So especially with Mars being in Gemini, this we're talking about you right now as well. You can do 2 things at one time and still be focusing about your dream, and what you're doing at that time has absolutely nothing to do with your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So it's doable. So this can make you feel upbeat and more confident about the future. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you got to be in the moment now with your actions in order to get there. And I know this can be discouraging for some, because you want to work on your dreams 24/7, but it's like, listen, that's not what life is all about. A lot of mistakes come from this. A lot of illness comes from people just charging full steam on ahead with their dreams and not realizing that there's so much beauty in front of you. There's so much more to life, like just taking a walk in the park underneath the trees during the fall season. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. And make some adjustments between the expansion and before you start spending money on that expansion team. Like let's say, like I said, go back to the example of distributing music, for example, right? Before you put money into that vehicle, make sure you comb through it carefully. Make sure you look at their competitors, who's got the better prices, who gives the better back end, X, Y, and Z. Figure all that stuff out before you invest your money, because it'll do you a great service. Now, when I explain these things to y'all, I want y'all to understand that all of these things that I just said pertain to where I'm talking about for y'all. So if I said take action there, when I talk about Mars, know that it's based upon Mars. When I say spending money here, know it's based upon where I speak about y'all Venuses. If I say what your thoughts are, you know, when I said thoughts and when you focus on dreams, know that I'm talking about Mercury. Focus, I'm talking about the sun. All right? So we stay together on one accord with this. So again, Gemini is going to be focused on health and routine. You know what I'm saying? Pisces, and you know this. Y'all both got the sun inside of the sign of Scorpio, which is in mutable houses for both of y'all. So y'all will both be able to be agile what it is that you're investigating right now. So Gemini, you might be investigating your own health right now, doing research about things that, I don't know, pertain to nutrition instead of the textbook criteria that's inside of the health industry. With so much going on in that industry anyway, you might be looking for alternative methods to maybe perhaps address an ailment, or to just maybe you're in great health and you just want to make sure that you sustain that. So now you're looking for stuff like ingredients that's inside of, or that's sprayed on on the crops and stuff like that. So you're looking how to dodge all of that, looking for more organics, learning that the number 9 on fruits pertains to organics, while 3s and 4s pertain to the crops that are sprayed and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So just checking the list to make sure that you're on top of your A game or whatever the case may be. And this could be in the workplace as well. How's your mental health inside of the workplace? Is it enough going on for you to stay mentally stimulated there? Now, it's important to know that when we're talking about the sun and then when we're talking about what you're doing, it's two different things. The sun is where you're focused and you're happy at. So if you're not happy in the workplace, Gemini, then you will want to take action based upon that, right? But you got to understand, during this season, you're being investigative about it. Your Mars is taking action inside of your thought process. So you will want to connect with someone who shares the same ideas and the same thoughts that you have at this time. Take action on that rather than taking action and start cursing out your coworkers like, yo, bitch, y'all keep, spilling motherfucking tea in the motherfucking greens and shit, and it's making my shit taste crazy, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's not what you should be doing right now. You know what I mean? Don't let your focus be derailed because you want to take action on what it is that you're focusing on, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? These are two different energies, two different entities. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people get caught up in their ego because whatever it is that you're focused on at the time, sometimes you want to take action on that immediately when it's like, whoa, pump your brakes. If you look at the stars, you'll see Mars is in Gemini. Take action in writing, take action in driving, take action in taking trips, take action in knocking on your door's neighbor and say, yo, y'all straight? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And when it comes to your 6th house, things relative to your 6th house, just keep in mind, like, okay, yeah, I see y'all. I see how y'all moving in X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Now, these are not the easiest places to join together with your significant other, right? When we're talking about this, but Scorpio season is. So the sign and the expression of Scorpio is a good time for y'all to get with each other and express these things, like when y'all come home, y'all off work and y'all together to discuss these things, because sometimes we're under the grips of others, right? Doing what we have to do in order to do the things that we want to do. So this will fall more on the lines of Gemini, I would guess, because it's in the 6th house. 6th house is about work environment, and we're not fully out of the traditional way of doing things when it comes to corporate structure and stuff like that. So some people still have 9 to 5s and stuff like that. Again, and I ain't knocking nobody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do what we gotta do to do what we want to do. Now, Pisces, you could be a great shoulder to lean on for your Gemini partner because you're in the concentration and you're focusing on breakaway society, point blank period. That's 9th house, big Sagittarius energy. So you already in the focusing of breaking away from the old and the mundane and the traditional, because there's got to be a better way to do it. And you're going to be like the champion of that. You're going to be the pioneer of that. This is what your focus is on. So remind you, the same rules apply to you. Taking action on it just right now is not the best thing to do. Taking action in combining thoughts with people who are thinking the same way as you is what we're talking about now. And even if they have a different opinion, that's cool, because Mars and Gemini will stimulate debate. But it could be like steel sharpens steel, and you can learn a lot from that as well. Gemini is a learning sign. If you're not learning with Mars and Gemini, then it's definitely a red flag. You need to check yourselves. But I'm serious. 9th house energy can assist the 6th house energy and say, okay, I see what you struggling through, babe. I see what you struggling through. You know what I'm saying? And we could figure out a better way to do this, maybe over there. And like, stay on the healthcare industry, because it's like you could go to Mexico and get better health. So I've been told. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. So, and it costs less. So if that's something that y'all have to go to, that's an adventure, right? 9th house stuff. Scorpio in the 9th house, Sun in the 9th house for Pisces. And that will assist. Maybe Gemini is a medical practitioner. So they might be starting their own alternative practice on the side. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're licensed or not, I don't know. Maybe it's some aromatherapy thing going on where, do you got to be licensed for that? I'm not sure. But you get what I'm saying, right? Y'all could take these types of thoughts, combine them, take action on a thought process, formulate a plan. So when Mars moves into a place that's more suitable for that to occur, y'all know how to implement it based upon the transit. I'm a big believer of obey the transits now. I had issues with that, but now I'm fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? So now Mercury is in Libra for both of y'all. So there should be communication between the both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are together. So if there's not communication, that's a red flag. That's something that y'all gotta work out, or something that you gotta figure out. Especially if Gemini's not talking to you, Pisces, and you got to figure something out. Something is definitely wrong, right? Because whoa. But for real though, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, this should be a time for y'all to be communicating, and Pisces, this can bring your sex life up better with your Gemini. Should y'all communicate? It's a form of foreplay with them. And not only that, it's the 8th house for you. Libra is the 8th house for you. So this is how you establish a stronger and a deeper and an intense connection, is just through the mere communication with them at this moment in time, because Mercury is there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's real, what they call that sapient type, when they want to lick somebody's brain. This is the time for that, you know what I mean? And for Gemini, Mercury is in their 5th house. Libra is their 5th house. So they're flirtatious by nature. So they want to flirt with you and kick it with you in that type of aura right now. You know what I'm saying? So y'all should be activating that energy to really get sparks flying. I think Scorpio season is going to be a perfect time for y'all to get it popping in the bedroom. It's just, I mean, things are just there for the Libra energy, communicating. 5th house Mercury for Gemini, 8th house Mercury for Pisces, and Scorpio just rules over sex. So again, I'm giving y'all the game. I'm giving y'all the game for this season. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into the whole Venus thing. Now, Venus is in Scorpio too. So you might want to get some swings to bring into the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Some extra toys, whatever y'all into, whatever your kinks are. You know what I mean? Might want to spend some money on that. Get some new stuff. Some chains, some whips. I don't know. Cuffs, whatever y'all into. You know what I'm saying? But on a more serious note, Venus is still in the 6th house for Gemini. So, you know, who says you can't have both? You know what I mean? But there's going to be some money spent with the Gemini in the workplace. Again, this might be on their own thing that they're trying to, you know, begin on their own. So, you know, the focus is there about doing it, but the expenditures could come as well. So spending money and taking action on changing the situation is two different things. Mars would be to take the action to change it, but spending money on it is relative to Venus. So you can start investing in some things right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you can find some deals for them. You could get your stuff now, start stacking it up in a corner somewhere, so you can start seeing your stuff take come into fruition. Now, remind you, I said there's going to be obstacles and stuff in the way of your dreams. So you might not even have the finances to do that right now, Gemini. This is one of the things that you are looking to do, and you just like, you see the roadblocks and you're going to understand what I'm saying. Like, man, something really is in the way of your dream. You might have to go get the car fixed real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or go buy a new motorcycle or whatever the case may be. Get a tire change. Just unexpected expenses may pop up for you, Gemini, that gets in the way of you spending your money on those things. You know what I mean? So just be aware of that. And I would say to address what needs your immediate attention rather than trying to force it with your dreams. You will drop the ball should you do so. But you know, Mars is in Gemini. That's your 1st house, Gemini. So taking action on the things that you are thinking about will definitely benefit you. Like I said in the beginning, you'll be rerouted if it's something that doesn't fit the criteria of what you should be doing right now. You just got to be paying attention to the signs. Your hand and eye coordination is fantastic, of the best, Gemini, so you don't got to worry about much. Now, your Pisces partner is going to be looking to be handling things domestically in the home life. If y'all got children, they're going to be looking to not really chastise the children, but prop them up or set them up in a way that makes them set for life. So that means probably about like financial vehicles like trusts or savings accounts that'll be there for them in another time in their life, so that they can get ahead in life, and so that they'll have some type of support that is not immediate, that they can squander. You understand what I'm saying? And let them be in that vein, I would say, because it's like a mission for them. It's like a hero feeling of protection for the children, for you included. Y'all a family unit, then this is how it goes. You know what I'm saying? They might not be very vocal about it. They might just be putting all of their action and their energy into it. And that should be enough, because you should be able to see that with your own two eyes. You understand what I'm saying? I think this is a great time for Pisces and Geminis to really hit it off. Y'all enjoy y'all Scorpio season. I'm out.